Hey everybody, I'm down here, went on a run to get a pop at the 7-Eleven and got all the temple dogs here behind me. Check them out. Hold on, I'll go closer. There's about 30 of them out here. They're doing their siesta. They're not all right here, but a lot of them are. Let's see if I can flip this around. There we go. They look pretty fat and happy. That one's a fat one. Yeah, it's a totally different world here. The people treat animals differently in this culture. It's different because they're Buddhist, and Buddhist people, uh, it's just a different arrangement. If you have pets here, for example, like if you have a dog or a cat, back home in the States, if you've got a dog or a cat that's ailing and suffering and sick, most people take it to the vet and have it put down just because they don't want their pet to suffer. Here, they don't do that. Here, it's one of the tenets of Buddhism is that you don't kill unless it's like to eat, an imperative. So they just let nature take its course. It's hard to do. We've lost 3 dogs in about 3 years, and 1 cat. Most of the pets here get a condition called babsiosis. It's a tick-borne ailment that it's kind of like Lyme's disease or Lyme disease. It lays resident in their system, and they may live for years just fine with no symptoms, and then all of a sudden they get kind of sick and all their systems just collapse. Their liver gives out, their heart or their kidneys give out. It's a bad deal, and I don't know that there's really any remedy for it once it's in them. I think you have to catch it early on, from the initial exposure, and I think you give them, I don't know if it's something like Flagyl, an antimicrobial, or if it's an antibiotic, but it's something along those lines. You have to catch it early, otherwise it becomes unstoppable. So anyhow, it's a different thing here. That's our big temple. I always talk to the girls about if there was ever another tsunami like we had on the Andaman side of Thailand back in 2005, I think, where it killed 250,000 people during that Banda Aceh quake in Indonesia. We live at about 3 feet elevation here. So if there was an event on the Gulf of Thailand side, it could impact us. And so I've told the girls about, if anything ever happens, we have to all hustle to the temple. As you can see, it's a couple hundred feet up. It's really the only high place in the region. There'd be room for a lot of people up there. And if we had 5 minutes time, or even if we only had 2 minutes lead time, we're about 700 feet from the temple, at the compound. So we could all hustle down and grab the cats and our laptops and get to higher ground at the temple. Anyway, that's all. We finally got a blast of rain today. It's been a while. We're just starting to break over from the warm, dry season into the hot, rainy season. The monsoon season is in a couple of months, but during this time frame, we start to get some intermittent interruptions, some squalls come rolling through off the Gulf. And it rained hard today. It rained so hard. Anya had just gotten done putting out the laundry. We wash everything by hand here. We don't have fancy stuff. So it's old-fashioned way. People wash everything by hand and then hang it on a line to dry. Right after she got done drying everything, or putting everything on the line, a squall came through and it blew the lines over into all the clothes landed in the sand, and then it just rained like the devil for about half an hour. So we had to go back out there in the rain and pick everything up and rehang it. She had to wash everything out again. So yes, one of the many hazards of living in a tropical place. I'll let you take a look at the structure here. Isn't that huge? That's the original structure. So they've incorporated it into the construction of this new temple, which is a neat way to do it. If you want to find out more about this particular temple, if you look it up on the computer, this is called Wat Krok. It's spelled Krokrak, Krok. And it'll tell you all about the Buddha with sunglasses, and the history. It's interesting. We just had Chinese New Year the other day, so they're still lighting off firecrackers. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you guys. I hope you're all well, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.